In the grimdark universe of Warhammer 40,000, chaos is more than just a force of destruction. It is a seductive ideology that offers escape from the rigid constraints of order and tyranny. The dark gods, with their promise of forbidden power and transformation, draw in those who feel isolated, powerless, or desperate for change. Their allure is rooted in the possibility of a radical reinvention of the self, where embracing chaos means seizing control of one's destiny amid a universe rife with conflict and decay. This exploration seeks to uncover how the psychology behind chaos worship reveals the interplay of ambition, desperation, and the need for belonging. The phenomenon of chaos worship stands as a testament to the human drive for meaning in an indifferent cosmos. It reflects a struggle where personal crises, societal breakdown, and the desire for power coalesce into a dangerous but compelling narrative. As we delve into the mindset of those seduced by the dark gods, we see that their choices are shaped not solely by the promise of might, but also by the yearning to transform despair into a potent force for self-definition. Today we examine these psychological underpinnings, revealing how the drive for power and identity often leads individuals toward the chaotic embrace of the dark gods. Chaos has deep roots in the ancient conflicts and mythic narratives that predate the current age of the Imperium, making its influence both timeless and transformative. Its emergence is intertwined with the cosmic wars and legendary battles of old, where the seeds of chaos were first sown amid the struggle between order and entropy. Over centuries, these narratives have evolved into cultural myths that both warn of and celebrate the radical potential of embracing the forbidden. This historical perspective provides essential context for understanding how chaos has become a potent force in reshaping societies and individual destinies. The cultural fabric of the Imperium has been indelibly marked by the lure of chaos, particularly among those disillusioned by the strictures of conventional order. As oppressive institutions and constant warfare leave scars on society, chaos offers an alternative vision, a promise of transformation through destruction and rebirth. This alternative is steeped in both myth and reality, as communities that have faltered under oppressive regimes find solace and empowerment in the dark rituals and rebellious narratives of chaos cults. In this way, the historical evolution of chaos is not just a backdrop, but a dynamic force that continues to inspire radical change and subversion in every corner of the galaxy. The foundation of chaos worship lies in the irresistible appeal of forbidden power, a force that promises to liberate individuals from the constraints of mundane existence. For many, the allure of accessing untold power and ancient knowledge offers a way to overturn feelings of insignificance and despair. The dark gods represent an escape route from the limitations imposed by society, providing a mythic framework within which personal ambition can be realized. This promise of power resonates deeply with those who feel marginalized, as it transforms their inner turmoil into a quest for transcendence. In this way, chaos becomes both a symbol of liberation and a dangerous path to self-destruction. Equally important is the role of desperation in driving individuals toward the dark embrace of chaos. In a universe characterized by ceaseless war and systemic decay, personal crises and collective despair often converge into a potent catalyst for radical change. When traditional structures fail to offer hope or solace, the extreme rituals and dogmas of chaos provide a sense of order, weirdly enough, even as they steer followers toward ever more perilous paths. This transformation of personal anguish into a commitment to dark power underscores how deeply the desire for control can shape one's destiny. Ultimately, the psychological appeal of chaos lies in its ability to convert existential dread into an all-consuming pursuit of forbidden transcendence. Personal ambition is a driving force for many who turn to chaos, as it offers a promise of becoming something more than what society allows. Individuals disillusioned by a life of perceived failure or insignificance are seduced by the idea of rising to a level of power that defies conventional limits. The dark gods, with their potent symbolism and mythic narratives, provide a pathway to metamorphosis, transforming despair into an opportunity for radical reinvention. This ambition, fueled by the promise of transcendence, often blinds adherents to the inherent dangers of such a path, making the lure of chaos both irresistible and ultimately consuming. In addition to ambition, feelings of marginalization and a deep-seated need for belonging compel many to embrace the dark promises of the chaos cults. For those who have long felt excluded or oppressed by the established order, the radical ideology of the dark gods provides a community and a sense of empowerment. The appeal of transformation through ritual and sacrifice becomes not only a personal quest, but also a collective movement that redefines identity in defiance of societal constraints. This merging of personal desire with group dynamics transforms isolated discontent into a potent force, where the promise of change is as much about self-affirmation as it is about rebellion against an indifferent universe. The dark gods serve as more than mere deities. They are powerful archetypes that encapsulate humanity's deepest desires and fears. Khorne, with his embodiment of relentless violence and martial prowess, attracts those who see raw aggression as the ultimate path to empowerment. His brutal narrative appeals to individuals who reject the slow, measured approach of conventional power, favoring instead a visceral, immediate assertion of dominance. In Khorne's shadow, the promise of unbridled strength and ferocious freedom transforms the act of violence into a ritual of liberation from societal constraints. Thus, Khorne's persona speaks to the primal urge to dominate and to overcome personal impotence. Tzeentch, Nurgle, and Slaanesh each offer distinct psychological appeals that complement the dark allure of chaos. Tzeentch embodies change and cunning, attracting those driven by a desire for constant evolution and the subversion of fate. Nurgle, the god of decay and rebirth, provides a grim comfort to those overwhelmed by despair, promising a perverse kind of resilience amid life's inevitable end. Slaanesh, in contrast, seduces with the promise of indulgence and excess, offering a pathway to escape the banality of existence through sensory and emotional extremes. Each dark god, with their unique persona, manipulates core human impulses, whether the thirst for power, the need for renewal, or the quest for forbidden pleasure, ensuring their influence remains a formidable force in the lives of their followers. The convergence of individual despair and ambition often finds its strongest expression in the collective behavior of chaos cults. These groups are forged in the crucible of shared discontent, where personal grievances merge with a radical ideology into a unified movement. Rituals, symbols, and tightly held beliefs become the glue that binds members together, reinforcing the idea that true power is best achieved through communal rebellion. Within these cults, every member is both an individual seeker of transformation and part of a larger, organized force that challenges established order. This duality fosters a sense of unity and purpose, even as it amplifies the inherent volatility of chaos. At the same time, the internal dynamics of these cults are fraught with tension and competition, mirroring the chaotic principles they espouse. Hierarchies form based on displays of loyalty and the ability to channel the dark god's power, often leading to power struggles and internal conflicts. Such friction is both a symptom and a catalyst of their radicalization, as individuals constantly vie to prove their worth and deepen their connection to chaos. This environment of intense competition not only reinforces their shared identity, but also accelerates the descent into extremism, where every act of rebellion feeds the collective fervor. Ultimately, the dynamics within chaos cults reveal how personal ambition and group behavior intertwine to foster a potent and dangerous ideology. The personal toll of embracing chaos is profound, as the pursuit of forbidden power often comes at the expense of one's mental and emotional stability. For many adherents, the initial surge of empowerment is soon overshadowed by the corrosive effects of dark energies that slowly erode the self. The journey into chaos transforms individual ambition into a double-edged sword, where each step toward transcendence also deepens the risk of self-destruction. This internal struggle highlights the tragic nature of chaos worship, a quest that promises ultimate power but exacts an equally devastating personal cost. In embracing chaos, individuals find themselves locked in a perpetual battle between euphoria and despair, where the price of ambition is measured in the gradual loss of humanity. On a broader scale, the ripple effects of chaos extend far beyond the individual, destabilizing entire societies and challenging the very structure of the Imperium. As radical ideas take root, the established order begins to crumble, giving rise to widespread conflict and societal disintegration. The spread of chaos ideologies transforms once stable communities into epicenters of rebellion and violence, where the pursuit of power fuels systemic collapse. This dual impact, personal transformation coupled with universal decay, illustrates the paradox at the heart of chaos. What begins as a quest for individual empowerment ultimately undermines the fabric of society. In this grim interplay of ambition and annihilation, the influence of chaos serves as a stark reminder of the perilous price of defying order in an indifferent universe. The exploration of chaos worship reveals a complex interplay between the desire for forbidden power and the descent into personal and societal decay. The dark gods offer a tantalizing promise of transformation that, while seductive, invariably exacts a heavy toll on those who follow their call. In the pursuit of radical reinvention, individuals find themselves navigating a treacherous path where each step toward transcendence is shadowed by the risk of losing oneself. The psychology of chaos thus emerges as a study in extremes, where the longing for control and identity is both a source of empowerment and a precursor to inevitable ruin. Ultimately, the journey into chaos is emblematic of the eternal conflict between order and entropy that defines the grimdark universe of Warhammer 40,000. It is a reflection of human nature itself, a quest for meaning amid despair, where ambition and desperation collide in a struggle for survival. As we have seen, the allure of the dark gods is rooted in deep psychological currents that transform personal anguish into a radical ideology. In understanding this dynamic, we gain insight not only into the nature of chaos, but also into the fundamental forces that drive humanity to seek power, even at the cost of its very soul. Thanks for watching this dive into the psychology of chaos and the twisted allure of the dark gods. If you enjoyed exploring the dark corners of Warhammer 40,000 with us, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and smash the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future dives into grimdark lore. Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments. We love hearing your insights and engaging in epic discussions.